Hello, gang. So as y'all know, I saw Backrooms, and I've seen it quite some times. So on the 4th of July, I went back to the cinema and I saw Backrooms for the 4th time. But it wasn't just any time, because I was there to see Backrooms Everything Must Go Edition, which is the extended cut, And so it was pretty tough. So I'm about to give you my thoughts. So when I went there, so they said that it was 16 extra minutes, And I was like, oh man, 16 extra minutes. That sounds pretty tough. I had an expectation of it to add more minutes to the film, which it ended up not being that way, and the 16 extra minutes were actually a post-credit scene. I've never seen a 16-minute post-credit scene, and that's pretty tough. And I did also expect it to be more related to the story of a character, perhaps Mary, perhaps Clark, but I did end up liking the direction it went, because it was about how the guy from Async got lost in the opening scene. It was a whole thing leading up to that, and so the Async guys were studying some Captain Clark signs that were in the floor of the back rooms. And then they did this crazy thing. They took apart a wall in the back rooms. That's a crazy concept. I didn't know that you could do that. I've always kind of been wondering what would happen if you did that. Because the back rooms is an alternate dimension, and what would happen if you took a wall out, and they did that, and it just led to more back rooms. Theoretically that could just go on forever. That's crazy. So basically how that one guy ended up getting lost in the back rooms is his team was irresponsible, and they were running around and trying to go explore stuff that they weren't supposed to, and he was guys, we shouldn't go in here, but eventually they ended up doing that and going to some places, and then eventually they encountered a creature, and so that guy ran away, because they all got scared and ran away. So he ended up being lost, and all his team was gone. And then that's the origin to how the opening scene of the film started. And I think that's pretty tough. That is it's a good idea. It wasn't what I expected, but it wasn't bad, and it was actually quite interesting, and it was something that I had never seen before. So I was very intrigued by it. There's some sounds out there right now. But yeah. So that was that. That was my thoughts. So thank you guys.